Hey guys, it's Charles here, and I'm here with my PDPL Pokemon Draft Premier League draft breakdown. I'm just gonna call it the Premier League, much less of a mouthful. Yeah, this is my first time using a webcam. Yay, very cool. I've had it for a while, and I'm finally getting the chance to use it. That's exciting. Uh, let's see how much I like it. I don't know. But yeah, before I get into the breakdown, uh, kind of want to give my thoughts on the league. It's crazy. This league's crazy. This league's gonna be a great challenge. I'm very excited to be a part of it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like that's just that. And without further ado, we're just gonna get right into the team. I think it's a pretty good one, so I'm pretty excited to show it off. Anyway, so starting off the draft is gonna be Lando I. Basically going into this draft, I was 11th pick, and I kind of wanted to get high value low tier Pokemon out of the way. And so I knew right out of the gate I was gonna get high tier 2. Something that you could probably make an argument to put it in tier 1, maybe. And this was just kind of one of those mods I felt like fit that bill. Just my personal opinion. Uh, but yeah, this thing's just it's really strong. I don't even have to explain what it does. Like it's gonna hit things hard, blow things up, and yeah. Usually before drafts, in other drafts, I've always tried to avoid this mod. It feels very make or break to me. It feels like it's either really strong or really weak. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But my next my next pick, kind of gonna I kind of got away from my original strategy. I wanted to go down the tiers from tier 2, but everyone was going middle. Like everyone felt like it's going middle, and I was like, well, this is a good time to get like a high tier core in. So I had to go for Coco because two Lando and Coco combined are kind of nuts. You know, Lando is going to be weak to water. It's not going to be able to hit. Flying very hard with its stabs. Coco loves dealing with that. Top of that, Lando is going to cover Coco's ground weakness, cover the poison weakness, help hit steel types, which Coco doesn't hit very hard. And yeah, on top of that, this gives me terrain, so I'm a bit more versatile with my picks later in the draft. And yeah, and as you'll probably see, the rest of my team's kind of just gonna uh, orbit around these guys. These guys are like my king and queen. Everything else is kind of just the helpers. But yeah, next up is good old Arcanine. So I think it has pretty good synergy with the above two Pokemon. Uh, Obviously, it's a strong fire type to cover Lando's ice weakness. Coco is going to deal with water types. Lando's going to deal with rock types. Intimidate feels really good. It's just not much to say. It's very versatile. I think it pairs well, and I think it pairs extremely well with this next pick, Evil. I mean, Coco Evil. I mean, really, that alone makes it pretty high value for its tier, at least on my team. And combos well with Arcanine. Arcanine can come in with Intimidates, and I get Unburden, Snarls off. It's gonna be pretty nasty. On top of that, this gives me a beat up option. So yeah, overall with these four, I feel like it just makes a really strong core. I got my high tier core that I wanted. So yeah, and so with that in mind, I went to as Cavalier. So basically, with all my teams, I like having a strong steel type. And looking at where I was at, I didn't really like the steel types per se, tier 4 and lower. Not that I didn't like them, but like, I felt like I wanted something with a bit higher power level. Hence why I got as Cavalier. Yeah. A lot of my team's really fast. This gives me something the complete opposite to help me out in trick room scenarios. Let's see what else. Yeah, it's bulky trick room option, and it has Lando around it with fire types, and I think it could pair do some really cool things with this next pick I got, which is Woolen Raichu. Now, this one, it's kind of ironic that this thing's like right in the middle, like right here in the middle, because this thing is it's just the glue. This thing glues my entire team together. Uh, Obviously, it can be super offensive, super fast with Coco and Surge Surfer. Speed control options. It's hard. Let's see. You can speed swap with S Cavalier and make that thing into an absolute threat. And yeah, it also gives me a fake out user, which my team lacks. I really wanted that. Yeah, just crazy versatile with my lineup. And I'm so excited. But yeah, next up is Appleton. Uh, this thing's primarily here to cover my ground weakness. It's bulky. Let's see, functions well in your trick room. Gives me body press sets, and this is just among. I feel like under the right matchup, it just can win games. So like yeah, it also rounds up my I guess my fantasy core. Not much of a fantasy core in my opinion, but I guess it rounds it out. Uh, Next pick is Jellicent. Looking at Trick Room setters, like that's primarily what I wanted this for. So set Trick Room. Looking at all of them, I originally wanted Kofagrigus. It got taken pretty kind of early. Uh, but yeah, looking at the other Trick Room setters, just in general, like tier 4 and lower, like none of the tier 5s really. Like, I didn't want any of the tier 5s or the tier 6s. I wanted a good Trick Room setter to really, really solidify my S-Cap and my Appleton. And this one, it just felt like it. Just felt like it was it. You know, it's a ghost type, which makes it really good, in my opinion, for setting Trick Room. Gives me water immunity, which isn't huge for my team, but you know, it's a nice option to have. Uh, Pairs well with S Cavalier. And yeah, starting to ramble with this one. Anyway, next is Lycanroc. So Lycanroc's pretty cool, I feel like, on my team. Offensively, it pairs well with my team, especially like things like Landorus, you know. It's gonna hit those ice types pretty hard. And yeah, it's on top of just being offensively pretty solid on my team. Gets me some nice support options. I guess like Scary Face gives me extra speed control. It's fast, even faster with Sand Rush, and it also gives me a few weakness policy options, which before I didn't really have any good ones, but like now I have some real weakness policy options. In that regard, I think this thing's pretty versatile on my team. And okay, so my next two picks are gonna be tier 6s. First is Mienfoo. Basically, for my tier 6s, I kind of just wanted things to just small things that my team didn't already have. You know, I mean, obviously, I mean, why else? Guess everyone does that, huh? But yeah, pretty much this gives me an extra fake out user. Uh, this puts less pressure on Raichu to run it as often, which I think is good considering Raichu is so versatile on this team. And I looked at a lot of the fake out options in tier 6, especially the fighting type ones. You know, the big ones were Mienfoo, Krogunk, and Scraggy. I feel like compared to the other two, this one gives me a bit more versatility, gives me a bit better support options. And yeah. And also, it's just so cute. Like, look, I think Mienfoo is so adorable. But anyway, last but not least is Volibee. Volibee I have for a 10-win setter. My team's pretty quick as it is, and you know, it's got like Unburden and Surge Surfer, a bunch of other stuff to boost it even more. So Tailwind doesn't feel super crazy important on my team, but it's something that I want. And this one felt like the best of the tier for my team. Being a dark type, it gives me Ghost Resist. My team doesn't really have a great Ghost Resist right now. So like this gives me something at least. On top of that, it's immune to prankster taunt, so it's going to be getting those tailwinds up a bit more consistently than some of the other options. But yeah, this is the team. I feel like my team is very versatile. I feel like it's one of the strongest drafts I've done ever. And yeah, I'm super excited to use it. I'm super excited for the season to start, and I think it's going to be real fun. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts about my team in the comments. And yeah, bye.